Y'all know that canon event that every gamer has every like 5 or 6 years, where they just find a game that they get completely invested in and oftentimes play the game for hours and hours upon end, not doing assignments, not doing chores, but you're just having such a blast that you just don't care? Well, in case you haven't seen the title and thumbnail of this video, for me guys, that game has been Warframe. So I actually first came across Warframe because I saw Flats playing it on his live stream and I thought it looked pretty fun. So about 2 weeks later, I downloaded it and gave it a shot on stream very well. You can actually watch the stream now on the channel, it's up there. And so far I've logged about 90 hours into the game as of recording this. And today I'm going to give you my experience and thoughts on the game so far and pretty much glaze the hell out of it. So if you're new here, my name is Josiah. Welcome to the DetectiveShinx channel, and let's dive into the absolute peak. That is Warframe. Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video, let me quickly explain what Warframe actually is for those of you who don't know. Essentially, at its core, Warframe is a third-person science fiction action looter shooter developed by Digital Extremes, or abbreviated to DE. In the game, you control a sort of biomechanical suit called a Warframe, and your avatar, this is without getting into any major story spoilers for any newcomers, so to speak, is called the Tenno. And in my humble opinion, and I'm sure the humble opinions of many other players, the biggest strength of this game is the fact that it's a free-to-play experience. And my free-to-play experience, I mean a fucking free-to-play experience. The only time you ever need to spend money is if you want to spend money on something like cosmetics, or getting a Warframe earlier, or getting an item earlier, or whatever the fuck you wanna pay it for. Like, you're never forced to pay to progress in the story, and that's something that I think personally more live service games, more free-to-play games could learn from. But with all that intro nonsense out of the way, let's get into the actual meat and potatoes here, starting off with the gameplay and its weird yet quite unique systems. Alright, so to start off with this gameplay section, I want to start with the movement, which is one of the first things you are introduced to in the game, aside from the opening cutscene, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. The movement is so freaking good, dude. Like, I have never played a game with this much movement. Now, mind you, I haven't played the most games in the world. Like, I like to pride myself on being a gamer, but I'm not like a truly hardcore gamer. I haven't played that many games in my short years on this planet, but the movement is freaking great. From what I heard, the bullet jumping mechanic was originally a glitch in the game, and the fact that they eventually turned that into like an actual gameplay mechanic feels so great, because like I've gotten so used to bullet jumping in this game that I instinctively do it every time I play a different game. If I play Marvel Rivals, if I play freaking Fortnite or something, I try to bullet jump and I just can't because I'm not playing Warframe. Like, I've gotten so used to it that it's just in my instincts now. It's insane. It's truly insane. But like, the movement in this game is so good that I actually wish like some of these other games would actually take a little bit of inspiration from Warframe's movement. I don't know, it just feels so smooth. It feels so fun to use. And like, being able to zoom across missions has been so freaking fun, dude. But now that I got my little movement tangent out of the way, let's start with the actual rest of the gameplay stuff. Warframes. The Warframes are so cool, dude. You get the 3 starting Pokemon, aka Warframes, being Excalibur, Volt, and Mag. You get this cool opening cutscene that really does a good job at introducing the 3 Warframes and makes them look fucking cool as shit, right? So, I picked Excalibur because, I'm gonna be real, he had the most aura in that opening cutscene. And I've had a lot of fun with Excalibur, especially his 4th ability, the Exalted Blade. That thing, when you mod that, which we'll get into mods here in a bit, when you actually mod that bitch, that thing does insane amount of damage, especially with the heavy attack. But some other Warframes that I've been using are Zephyr, Dagath, Limbo, Nezha, and Rhino. My personal favorites as of now, like my top 3 diehard ones, are number 1 is Zephyr, number 2 I would say Excalibur, and number 3 is Dagath. But I think the Warframe system is really cool, especially Like, as you progress in the game, you'll get access to more Warframes. There's also primed Warframes, which, from what I've seen, are essentially just more of a cosmetic change with, like, minor buffs that aren't really that big of a difference, but are still cool. And I would like to get my hands on some cool prime Warframes eventually, obviously later on down the line in my gaming journey. Now, so far in my experience with all the Warframes, I've really enjoyed their abilities. I think a lot of the concepts for their abilities are really cool. Now, I have gone through the entirety of the codex to look at every Warframe and see what their abilities do. I've learned a bit, right? And honestly, I feel like all of these Warframes are so creative, and I actually really have to give DE a lot of credit for that. Like, they're really cool, and I like a lot of the designs too. Like, they're very futuristic to a point where a lot of them are like really abstract, but also like you tell what they're based off. It's so cool. It's hard for me to explain because I'm not really that I'm really not that artistic myself, but like I find that so freaking cool, dude. With the Warframes out of the way, weapons and combat. Weapons have felt so good. My favorites as of now have been the Heat Sword, Broken War, the Guandao, the Glaive, and the other Glaive thing that you get in the story. That thing's pretty good too. And the Hate, which is a scythe. Those things have been really cool. And the overall combat of the game, I think, is really well done. I don't have any issues with the gunplay or with the melee weapon gameplay. I do say I find secondary weapons really not as useful. But maybe that's just because I really don't have that many at the current point in time. I've mainly just been focusing on primary weapons and melee weapons. But I probably should dive into the secondary weapon rabbit hole. But overall, I've had a very positive experience with the weapons and the combat of the game. I think it's relatively unique compared to some of these other games. Like, you know how Call of Duty is constantly just taking the same game over and over. I don't know, Warframe. The combat here in Warframe is just a breath of fresh air for me, especially like after I play Marvel Rivals a lot. I play a lot of Fortnite, and you know those games are pretty much just kind of loops in a way. You're just doing the same thing constantly over and over. But with Warframe, and I don't think it's really fair to compare this to like Marvel Rivals or fucking Fortnite, as one's a battle royale game and the other's a hero shooter. But like this is just what I'm used to playing, and honestly, I think the combat really does feel a lot better than those games. Mind you, they're completely different genres of games, but like that's just my own 2 cents here from the games that I play a lot. Now, learning how to use all the weapons, learning how to use all the Warframes, that's one thing, but learning the rest of the gameplay mechanics has been a completely different experience, especially with mods. At first, modding confused the shit out of me. I was very confused on how modding worked. After a little bit of trial and error and watching some YouTube videos, notably one from Warframe Flow and one from Unified Codex, both of which I will put in the description down below. Any YouTubers or videos that I mention here will be put in the description down below. But thanks to like those kinds of YouTube videos, as well as the wiki, I've learned a lot about how to mod my weapons and my Warframes for them to have as much synergy as possible. And overall, it's been really great. It's been really fun. Learning how to do the mods, learning what you need to craft stuff has been pretty cool. I like the crafting system. It's not really like it's over. I think the crafting system is fine. I don't think there really needs to be any updates to it or anything. I think it's great. My one gripe with the crafting in this game is the foundry wait times. Like, bro, I just want to use this weapon as soon as I build it, but I gotta wait a bunch of hours, which honestly though is fine for me because I can just like get off the game, log off, go do something else, go read some comics, go do some chores or something, right? Go study for freaking classes, and then come back and use the weapon, which, again, a little annoying, but you know what? Probably worth it. I understand why they have that system in there, and honestly, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, there's so much in this game to learn. Not only is there the Archwing stuff, there's the Railjack, and there is, I'm sure, a bunch of stuff that I haven't got to yet because I'm only a little over 90 hours into the game right now. And I'm pretty sure I'm still in the early game because I'm sure a lot of veterans would be like, yeah, you're in the early game, bozo. Which, yeah, they're right. So far in the game, I've managed to get to Eris. I've already passed the Second Dream and the War Within. I'm currently on Eris. I gotta do the Eris junction so I can get to, I believe Sedna is where that junction leads, and I think that's all the planets, but there's a lot of stuff I still have to do to get to Steel Path, of course. But either way, there is a lot to do in this game. There's so many different things you can do. You can do regular missions, you can do quest line, you could do relic runs to get primed parts for warframes and weapons, you can do railjack missions, you can do archwing missions, you can do conclave stuff, you can do multiplayer stuff. There's even, from what I saw, there was a roguelike mode in here, which I haven't even gone to yet. I honestly haven't really done any of the multiplayer stuff outside of getting a few squads for missions and stuff. But there is so much to do in this game. If you get bored of one thing, you can just do something else. And I think that's really great and very healthy for the game too, because you're not just limited to doing one thing over and over and over. You could do multiple things at once if you really want to. Now, with all the overall gameplay stuff out of the way, I would like to talk about my thoughts on the plot at the time. There's going to be a minor spoiler warning here, so if there's any newcomers who haven't played the game yet, I would recommend probably skipping this part, but I'll try to keep the spoiler stuff to the last of this section of the video. So first off, the overall cinematic cutscenes in this game have been fucking phenomenal. Like, this shit is peak. Like, I have no other words for it except it's peak. I really like a lot of the characters they've introduced so far to the game. Notably, the Lotus, I think, has grown on me a lot. I will say the Lotus is extremely fucking suspicious. And nobody spoiled that in the comments for me, though. But, like, I have a lot of feelings towards this Lotus, man. Like, I feel like she's gonna betray my ass. Like, I'm gonna be dead ass. Like, she's just a little bit sussy, you know? I've really grown attached to Cephalon Ordis as well. I gotta say, the voice actors are doing such a great job, too. And I don't know who Cephalon Ordis's voice actor is, but, like, he's doing such a great job. I like the little jokes that he makes when he, like, glitches out and shit. That's really funny. I don't know. I laugh every time I hear it. I think he's a cool little AI computer thingy. I'm not really sure what the Cephalons are, not gonna lie, but I like them a lot. And then there's Teshin. Like, I swear to God, that mofo has to stop betraying me and attacking me, because, like, if he does it one more time, I'm gonna snap. I'm gonna actually snap. But I think he's a cool character, man. He's got a cool design, too. Now, the writing in the game has been truly phenomenal. I think it's been pretty good. The dialogue's been great. The characters have been pretty cool. All these quest lines that have these different characters and stuff, I think they work together pretty well overall. And, like, for a free-to-play game, this is, like, really good storytelling, especially for, like, the kind of game that this is. Like, I didn't expect it. I honestly didn't expect this game to have that good of cutscenes, voice acting, and writing. Overall, the progression of the story, I think, is really cool, too. You can do the quests. It's like, it's linear, and I like that. Like, I don't really like when games are like, oh, it's just open world, you can do this now, you can do this here, this, and this. I personally am not that big of a fan of being able to do that. I prefer a more linear story, because for me, it's easier to follow, because my ass can't pay attention for shit. But, like, this is another big strength of this game. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I really don't have that many critiques towards the game so far. I've enjoyed everything that the game has to offer. Another tangent I want to go here is the freaking customization. Why is it so good, dude? Like, the color palettes, being able to have the skins. I don't really have any skins right now because, let's be real, I'm broke as shit, right? But I did get this new event skin for the 13th anniversary. I just got that yesterday for Excalibur, and that thing looks dope. Like, dope as shit. Like, I like it. But the customization in this game has been freaking phenomenal. Like, you can customize your characters, your weapons, you can customize your orbiter. Like, there's so much you can customize, and I'm pretty sure you can make your own music in the game as well, which I think is tied to another Warframe, as well as, this is later on in when the new update comes out, the new frame that's coming out, Foley, I believe her name is, you can draw, and I think that's pretty cool, right? The customization, though, is just great in this game. I think the last thing I want to talk about here is the community. The community is awesome. Like, I have never seen a nicer video game community on the internet. They're so helpful. Like, every time you ask a question in one of the chats or in the Discord, I always see people getting answers pretty quickly, pretty accurate information, and they're overall very helpful. If you ask for help for, like, a mission or to grind something out, somebody will always help you, and I think that's great Like, these are honestly really cool people that I've seen in the community. In one of my streams that I did, the last stream that I did, the Uranus stream, if you guys know, if you know, you know, there was a guy that joined in my games and he was helping me out with stuff, and honestly very helpful. Shout out to that guy. Oh, fucking legend. But the community is freaking awesome. I actually really like the community. I would like to be a lot more active in the community and interact with more people because they seem really cool. They seem really nice. They're very helpful. Especially the YouTube community, actually. They have also been very helpful. And like the amount of guides that are on YouTube for the game, the wiki as well. And I'm actually gonna recommend a couple YouTubers here for anybody that's new getting into the game. A couple YouTubers that I have found to be their channels to be really helpful. One is called Warframe Flow. Another one is called Flynn. That's another one that I've been watching quite a bit as well. Another one is Unified Codex. He does Warframe videos as well, and his are pretty easy to understand as well. Another channel that I actually like to recommend, he's not like strictly Warframe content, but I like his commentary. His channel is called The Gamertron Show. Like, I actually like his content, so I actually definitely go recommend checking him out as well. But there are a bunch of channels here on YouTube that you can just go watch and find a bunch of guides and stuff. And they're very helpful. They're very helpful. Especially the in-game chats as well. Those are also extremely helpful. Like if you need help with recruiting. There's also the main Warframe Discord. There's another one. I'm sure there's other Warframe Discords you can also join. But overall, the community is great. Like, I actually love this community. Like, I definitely do. Like I said before, I definitely do want to be more active in it. Now, to end off the video here, I would like to talk about criticisms. And there's only one criticism I have. Better explanation for the mods in the beginning. Like, I feel like those are kind of confusing in the beginning. Like, what they do, like, what's additive, what's multiplicative, all this stuff, right? But that's, like, my only gripe with the game, is that there's certain systems where they don't explain that well, and there's others that they explain pretty well. Like, I like the incubator thing for the companions. They do explain that pretty well. They explain the foundry pretty well and crafting. But, like, certain things like mods and stuff, like, maybe that's just me and they'll explain this stuff more later on, but they don't really explain this stuff that much. Maybe that's just me, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but that's like the only critique I have for the game. Everything else is positive. Like, I fucking love this game so much, dude. I've enjoyed every single second, every single minute I've put into this game, and it's been nothing but pure joy, pure love of grinding just for the game in general. Overall, to conclude the video, Warframe is peak. I highly recommend it to others. Like, if you like sci-fi games, if you like action, if you like doing missions, if you like grinding for the love of the fucking game, this is your kind of game. I can acknowledge that this isn't going to be for everybody, but overall, like I said before, the game is peak. So with all of that out of the way, I'm sorry if I rambled a bit too much. I'm sorry if this is a little incoherent. I tried to yap as coherently as possible. But if there's any veterans that come across this video and have any tips to give any newcomers and myself and any other people that are looking for tips that they don't know, that haven't been covered in YouTube channels or whatever, please leave them in the comments down below. I'll definitely update you guys again when I get farther into my journey and make more progress into the game, get a higher MR, you know, all that stuff, of course. Anyways, I have a goal of getting to 100 subscribers by the end of the big 2026. So if you guys could subscribe, that would be amazing. I would appreciate it a lot. You don't have to if you don't want to, of course. Leave a like or dislike if you liked or disliked the video. But as one of the biggest commentary channels on this platform would say, that's about it. See ya.